Oh, nah. What they trying to turn this show into?
Oh, that's nasty.
What is this? Huh? This is whack! I can't get jiggy with this.
Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to J Cloud's Anime Talk, and back with another My Hero Academia episode review. And for starters, I will say the first 10 minutes of this episode I really liked, and I really enjoyed it. And my reason for that is because I like how this episode started off different from every other episode that we had. It started off with a villain, but not just a villain doing bad things. It gave us the viewpoint and the perspective of how a villain sees how the world is going on ever since All Might is not the symbol of peace anymore. It's the era of endeavor, and how the whole dynamic of the hero and the villains completely changed. Even the public, because they don't see Endeavor as a real hero if you compare him to All Might. Because we already saw how the students have changed, the heroes have changed ever since All Might is not number one anymore. But we never really saw how the villains have reacted. And in this episode, we get to see that. We get to see that through a villain's eyes, how messed up the world is, and he even knows and explains how it is. Because now it's more crime, it's more things going on that villains can get away with because All Might is not there. And now is a time where villains can literally do anything they want and feel like they can get away with it. And I don't know why, but I kinda have sympathy for villains. In any anime I watch, I always like villains with a little more character, because it's not just a goal just to destroy the world or want to kill people just because they have the power to or they want to do it. And in this episode, we have a villain talking about it, and we see it from his viewpoint of how messed up the world is, and he has a little sympathy for it. And he's not just one of those guys who just wants to destroy the world and kill people, light people on fire like Dobby here for no reason. But he has a reason and why he is the way he is, and his backstory is so messed up. Like, he has the ability to clone himself, and his clones can make other clones, and they all had a war amongst each other because the clones do not agree of him being the creator of making them all. And all the clones just started to argue amongst each other and started to kill each other, almost to the point where he killing himself, because none of the clones wanted to be with the others. They wanted to just be one guy, one dominant guy, and all of them died except for one. And it's to the point where so many were gone that he doesn't even know that if he's the original one that created the clones. He don't even know if he's a clone himself. And that's just deep. And it's not like Naruto Shadow Clone Jutsu type of crap where they know who the creator is and they obey. But this guy, he has to put a mask over himself just to keep himself sane and know that he's the only one, because he has split personality issues and kind of schizophrenic, because he hearing voices in his head telling him to do things and whatnot. And it's really trippy. But we finally get a shot of this new character overhaul, which I'm currently right on this spot in the manga, so I don't know what his abilities are, his quirk abilities are, so I'm really excited to see what can they bring to the table and what he can do. Hopefully he won't be as disappointing as I felt with All For One. But man, this part of the episode when they brought that guy out just speaking to people, screaming at him, like, why he sound like a screaming goat? Like, shut up. Like, bruh. Yeah, my exact reaction. Now, before we see the new students, we get this flashback of All Might and the principal talking about his new successor. But we already know that his successor is Deku, and they hint at this guy right after he says it. And it just makes me think, like, what are they trying to hint here? And he shows up to Deku with this weird quirk ability morphing through walls. I'm pretty sure it's more to it, but he tells Deku, soon enough you'll find out who I am. Now, honestly, to me, he reminds me so much of All Might. You know, his size, the way he look, his demeanor. I couldn't help but think like, yo, is that All Might's son? I mean, come on, if you just take this guy and put him in All Might's jumpsuit, you can't tell me and just sit there like, no, it ain't All Might's son. Like, nah, he looked just like him. That's his son. But you know, all joking aside, I just find it funny where they were talking about All Might's successor in that flashback, and they show this guy, and he tells Deku, soon enough you'll find out who I am. And we find out he's in the big 3 of this elite class, I guess. I think they were 3rd year. I gotta watch it again, but look at that smile. He looks just like All Might. Like, come on. I don't know if that was intentional to make us think, you know, for the people who are not so far into the manga, and making us think, is that All Might's son? Which, for me, this lets me know I need to hurry up and catch up with the manga. But, you know, all from here, it's just taking wild guesses and speculating from here. So please, do not come to my comment section and start commenting,
You have no idea what you talk about. You need to read the manga. He's not All Might's son. Dislike button.
Shut up!
But overall, I think this was a good episode. I'll give it a rating of a 7. But man, I'm so tired right now because I did my review of this earlier and accidentally deleted the file. So I had to redo it again, which you guys are listening to now. But, you know, as I always say, everything happens for a reason. Maybe the review I did before was trash. So if you like this one, make sure to leave a like. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. And to see more content, I'm messing up already, you know? I'm out. League or nothing. Shoot, man, nah. Be done with this one. I'm sick of doing that over and over again. My God.